right, and we're live. Welcome to the Dog Days podcast. I'm your host, Andy B., and this is the place where we discuss all things dog, pet, and animal related. Today's guest is Pamela, the founder of Broken Promises Rescue here on Vancouver Island. She's going to give me some tips on becoming a foster home. So, Pamela, thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're the first guest on our interview podcast show for Dog Days.
Excellent.
And just so everybody knows, you are the founder of Broken Promises Rescue on Vancouver Island. To start, why don't you take it back to how that started and how you got involved and the passion and all that stuff?
Sure. It started in 2011. I've been doing rescue for over 20 years.
Wow.
I was with another rescue, was the president for 15.
Okay.
Decided to take a little break. And at that time I was just doing a website for lost and found pets, Victoria Lost Pets.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll just do that for a little while. And a couple ladies approached me that I knew in the rescue world, wanting to start another rescue. Mm-hmm. So my little break was for about a month. And we started Broken Promises Rescue, the three of us.
Cool.
Since then, both of the other ladies that started with me have left, but I'm still going strong.
Yeah. So what has it become after that many years? It's a network of foster homes?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. We started out with nothing in the bank and from scratch, but we now have a network of foster homes. We spend approximately $100,000 a year in vet care.
Just vet care alone?
Yeah. So it's established into quite a network, but it's excellent because we have so many people who follow us and help us, and all together the community in Victoria is fabulous. And
how can I've noticed that the community here, especially the animal community, is very tight knit, and everybody supports everybody.
Absolutely.
There's no competition or anything.
No,
like that.
I mean, we're all here to fight the same thing, right? We're all here to help animals.
So where does the money come from that you guys need to continue?
Most of the money I get is by donations, and also events, fundraisers, and stuff like that, and then also adoption fees.
Okay.
So all of that we have no wages. Everything's all of our volunteers are 100% volunteer. There's no salaries. Yeah. And so every dime goes back into the animals. Yeah.
And the two biggest costs are obviously vet care and then food.
Vet care is the biggest, honestly.
Yeah.
I try to take animals I work closely with BC shelters. Mm-hmm. So I'll get a call with someone who could be sitting in a shelter in Whitehorse that has cherry eye, and they don't have the funds to do that. So, it's a $600, $1,000 surgery or something. So I'll take those animals. So I try and take the ones that need high medical. Yeah. So that's where most of the costs go.
Okay. Yeah. And where do the animals come from? Do they come from Canada? Do they come from street dogs in Mexico?
No, I strictly focus on BC animals.
BC, so community focused. Yeah.
I work with the shelters here in Victoria, so I'm on the SPCA rescue list, and also CRD Animal Control and Victoria Animal Control. So if they have animals there that need more medical than they can provide or aren't doing well in a shelter system, they'll contact me. Okay. As well, BC shelters, like I was mentioning, so Whitehorse, Terrace, 100 Mile House, they'll contact me.
So if the SPCA can't handle an animal, they call you as kind of like the last line of defense for more intensive care?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, we got a dog that was feral. He was 5 and he hadn't been touched by humans prior to them getting him. So it was too much. They couldn't work with him in a shelter system. That was just traumatizing for him, right? So they contacted us and we pulled him, and it took us about 8 months in a foster home with... she had to keep him on leash for a good few weeks, and she had another dog which he super bonded to, so it made it easier because then he would want to come to her when her dog was on her lap. And he's now been adopted, and he's got an amazing home.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do they all get adopted, or are there some that are just past the point of?
Well, some don't. Some end up staying in palliative foster homes.
What's that?
Like if they're sick or not healthy enough. Like I have a dog. Back in the beginning, when we actually first started, we took a dog named Mickey, who had a liver shunt. He was the only life expectancy would be 6 months. So I moved him to a foster home where we cover all the costs and just provide him a good quality of life till the end. Mm-hmm. He's still going strong. Oh, cool. So sometimes that happens. Yeah. But yeah, so we do have some animals that don't get adopted. We know that they're I'll take even from CRD and animal control. They're fabulous. And Up Island, the SPCA will contact me if there's an old cat or dog that's not highly adoptable, but it's not the end of the road for them. So they'll contact us, and so we'll take them and just take care of them until it's time. So they go into a foster home who's willing to take on that.
So you must be a foster home yourself as well at your home.
Yeah.
Do you have one dog at a time? Like, what's your limit? Like, how crazy do you get with your family and yourself?
Just one at a time. Yeah. And then I've got most of my fosters only do one at a time. Yeah. But sometimes, it's pretty standard because you just don't.
Well, because it's such a welcomed intrusion, but it's such an intrusion into your family life, right? Like if you have kids and young kids especially, there's so many variables to.
Well, and you need to make sure that they're getting the care that they need and proper training and assessment, and some of them need a bit of work. And so you just have to.
Typically, how long once a dog comes into a specific foster home, how long do they have to be there for
30 days minimum. We do a 30-day hold. That way it gives us time to make assess. To assess them, make sure we know what they're like and what kind of a home's suitable for them. And also get all their vet care done, and and it just gives us a good foundation to figure out what would be the most suitable home for them.
And typically, like, do you have people knocking down the door for adoptions after that, or is it hard to place them?
It really depends on the animal. Some are definitely harder to adopt. They take a little bit longer. It depends on their needs. If I have some, like I had a pit bull with separation anxiety. I had lots of people wanting him, but he was difficult because I needed somebody who wasn't going to be going to work for 8 hours. And so some of them take a little bit longer in foster care, and then everybody's sending me emails and wanting to get on the list. And so we just definitely do a hold and make sure we know what's the best home for them first. Right?
And what's the interview process for potential homes? Like, do they come and meet with you and meet the dog a few times?
Well, what they do first is they have to send an email, and we send them an online application form.
Okay.
If the application looks good, then we proceed with the home visit. So I go to the home and I meet them and talk about the animal and make sure that that's a really good environment for them. If that goes well, then we do a couple meet and greets with the foster home and the dog. And then if that goes well, mostly all my dogs, I'll do a foster to adopt as well, so that we can make sure that they're a really good fit in the home before we finalize the adoption. So I'll let them go for a few weeks.
And just a test run.
Like right now I have Barkley in a foster to adopt, and he still needs a bit of vetting. He was sick, so we weren't able to neuter him. So she's going to finalize everything once we get him neutered, and then... But now at least we know he's getting settled in, and it's a good fit for him before we actually finalize everything.
So let me ask you this. So we're going to be a foster family here at the house here. I already have a puppy and then 2 old cats who I love very much, who I've had since I was, 10 years ago. Wow. How does your life change when you become a foster home? How does your daily life change? How does your adjustments to the other animals, like how does all that?
I mean, you'll definitely have to, with cats and your dog, do a good intro and make sure that everybody's safe. I would totally probably keep the cats separate until you're 100% sure that
make sure the dog doesn't have that predatory.
It depends on the dog. Some are so easy, they can come into your life and just fits right in, and you'll find there's really not any issues. It's super easy. And then some are a little bit more challenging. Need a little bit more work, or some need a bit of training. So we have dog trainers that will come in and work with them as well. It really depends. But it's definitely, I know most people worry about fostering because they're going to get attached. And but I kind of go in and I tell people to go in thinking, I'm going to love this dog, but I'm going to love 5 after. Like I can help 10 dogs instead of just this one. And you do get attached, but it's so rewarding to look back, and most families are fabulous. They'll send updates and keep you posted on how they're doing.
And is that what makes it all worthwhile for you?
Totally.
Like, what do you love most about doing this?
When I can get emails and pictures and people tell me how amazing the animal is, and it totally opened their hearts, and they have filled a void in their home and
changed them for the better.
Totally. So then it's worth it. And because some of them had such a rough start, and then be able to see that they actually got placed into an amazing home, it's totally worth it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So even though it's hard, letting them go sometimes, lots of times, it's so worth it though. Because now I can look back at all the animals I helped, right? Instead of just.
So how many animals do you know? Have you helped over the years? Do you keep track?
Thousands.
Wow.
Thousands. Wow. Last time I counted, it was a couple thousand.
That's incredible. You're like an angel.
Well, I just love it. I think it's what I'm supposed to do. I kind of like it.
What? So where are you guys this summer? Do you guys have events or that you're attending? And
I have a dog walk coming this Sunday at Beaver Lake.
Okay.
The picnic gazebo area. I'm working on comedy night. We're going to do a microchipping clinic.
What's comedy night?
It's at Heckler's.
Okay.
You just buy tickets, $15, and the proceeds come back to the rescue.
Oh, okay, awesome.
So it's an easy fundraiser, but it's fun. You get
what night of the week is that?
It's on July 10th.
July 10th.
Oh, no. I'll have to check that. July 10th.
July 10th at Heckler's. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And car wash for the summer. Yeah. Fun things like that, yeah.
And do you guys bring out the animals to the events that you have there? Or
depends.
Or is it just more of a human?
It's more of a human thing. It also depends when I'm having an event, which animals we have and if they're suitable for.
Yeah.
Some are too timid, or it would be too stressful for them to come to a big event. So.
Do you guys do anything with Petapalooza's coming up in August? Do you have a booth there?
I go to booths. And do Petapalooza and Pet Expo generally, as long as I can get enough volunteers or nothing else is going on. But,
so where do the volunteers come from?
People just contact us wanting to help.
Yeah.
And then lots of times too, like someone will know somebody and they'll want to get involved, and I've got a few key volunteers that help me the majority of the time.
So if people wanted to help you or get involved, how could they do that?
Just send me an email.
Yep.
So our website's brokenpromisesrescue.com, and the email's on there, and just send me an email and I can chat with you about what kind of things we have looking for volunteers for.
Mm-hmm. And what's the plan for the future? Like you don't have a main shelter. Is that something that you're considering?
Oh, absolutely love it, but it's a matter of funding.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing to be able to not have to turn anybody away and to be able to have a place to house them, because it's tricky. I can't take, I just got an email today, there's 3 dogs in Whitehorse that need out. If I can't find foster homes, I can't take them. So unless I've got someone lined up, I can't take them. So if I had a shelter or a facility, I could take them and then assess them and then funnel them out.
So if everybody has a dog in their foster home, you're essentially full.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's a matter of networking.
Yeah.
Putting pleas on Facebook. Anybody out there wanting to take a dog?
Is that how most of the communication happens these days? Yeah. Just Facebook?
Facebook, emails, and then our website, and then Instagram.
Yeah.
It's so much easier now.
It is so much easier for
when I first started. I mean, we did ads in the newspaper. So
you had ads for specific animals in the newspaper.
Yeah, for adoptions and stuff. Now it's just you just post them on Facebook and share them around, and they just get it's really easy now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
awesome. Well, that sounds good. Is there anything else you want to add for everybody else to know about what's coming up? Or
no, I guess the only thing just to reiterate a little bit, just the only difference between slight difference between us and other rescues is we're an all-species rescue as well. So we take dogs, cats, bunnies, hamsters, rats, and also farm animals. So we've got 4 pigs up for adoption right now that we actually got from the SPCA when they were flooded last summer. So as long as I have a foster home available, I'll take them.
Okay. How do you, I guess that comes down to land zoning, but when you have more cattle and farm animals, you have to have a specific piece of land.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is it farmland out here?
Yeah, and you have to be it's zoning. I know I get lots of people who wanted, when the pigs were born, the babies, of course everybody wanted them, but
you're not allowed to have them.
It depends where you live, so people really need to check their zoning. But I've got a foster home who has property, and she'll take all my farm animals.
That's one of the long-term goals with Dog Days, is to get like a 5-acre plot of land where we can have farm animals.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And just open it up for the community. It's a foster home, but it's also a place where people can come enjoy these animals that they don't see every day.
Yeah, we did last summer. We did a day at the farm, and it was droves of people all day long, because they could come, and we had 21 alpacas we rescued from Vancouver, geese and ducks, and the pigs were just born, and so everybody just loved it. And it's a great place for kids to come. And
exactly. It's almost like a fair type.
Totally, it was awesome.
I love that. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Pamela. It was
Thank you.
Broken Promises Rescue.
Yeah, thanks.
BrokenPromises.com.
Yes.
Cool. Everybody check her out.
BrokenPromisesRescue.com.
BrokenPromisesRescue.com. Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for listening today. If you like the show, hit that subscribe button. Share it with your friends. But whatever you do, stay positive. See you next week.